We were pretty famous back in high school. Trust us!
Had a whole future ahead of us, but now we suck.
All that potential now is flowing in the aqueducts.
Through the sands of time, many did forget.
But now our time has come to resurrect. But a podcast?
Sad I know, but can you blame us?
We are desperate to be much more than high school famous. Hello.
Oh.
Welcome. What?
No, nothing.
Welcome to High School Famous. We've been charging this podcast's battery all night long. So we are at an astonishing abundance of energy that is audibly undeniable. I am Sean.
And I'm Matt. Anyway, that was unbearable.
No, it was undeniable.
Well, yeah, I guess nobody could deny that it just happened. Because it definitely
Correct.
did.
I mean, the palpable amount of energy exuding out of us is undeniable.
I mean, talk about, are we running dry on material that you are padding out the fucking opening of this episode?
That's not why I padded out the opening.
Mm-hmm.
It was fitting. I was accurately portraying the message. Well, I was ironically portraying the opposite
Right.
of what I was claiming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing to do with our amount of content prepared in order to fill this episode.
Right.
I say that not having any idea what
we're about to do today.
What we're about to do.
There's potential options. I
we
always bring the same old dumb shit.
Well, we did bail on the thing we were going to finish up.
We did. So
Last time.
manipulation is an option tonight.
We technically have that going for us.
Because we had that sweet 4th of July episode that we were super prepared for.
You got it.
Yo!
It was a classy episode.
You know what? I think it was just fine.
Let's
do it.
Matt
Yep.
You're someone that you teach me a lot of things. I learn a lot from you.
I as much as this is a bit right now, I still agree with it.
So I just wanted to thank you so much right
as
now.
You should.
I wanted to take the opportunity. I wanted to take the opportunity to thank you so much for explaining the word many to me.
Mm-hmm.
It means a lot.
You're welcome. That card flew the furthest of them all.
It went.
It's back there.
It's on the floor.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't see it.
See-
I only saw it fly, and it seemed like it went. Okay. Apparently, it looked like it went further than it did, since you don't have to get up to actually grab it.
Well, it started to go back, and then it came back in as it landed. It did go about, outside of arm's length.
Yeah.
It was seeping into the fibers of my carpets.
But it kind of like embedded itself.
No, it was just starting to sink in.
Oh.
It was starting to get
Quicksand.
consumed by the carpet. But I exhumed it. It is now out in the open to be studied.
Mm-hmm.
It's donating its body to science, this joke.
Nice.
In case, for those who couldn't tell, that was the dad joke. The whole,
right.
The meaning of the word many.
Mm-hmm.
So that was it. I mean, I very seamlessly wove it into a conversation.
Right.
So it might not have been obvious.
It reminds me a lot of another joke that is hey,
better than that
hey,
one?
I just came up with a new word. It's called plagiarism.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It reminded me of that one.
Gotcha.
Might not be as good as I mean that one. I honestly think the way you told the joke, the way you wove it into it like a whole thing, was probably better than how the joke actually comes off.
Well, the only way to tell is to do a dry reading of it.
Right.
But we're already tainted because we already know what the joke is. So we would have to test that on a new focus group that has not heard this this delivery of it. So
there you go.
So make some calls, gather some of your closest friends and family to join in and catch a reading of the joke without the padding on either side.
Right.
I'm telling you to do that, Matt.
I was half listening.
Yeah.
I have focus issues. So I keep getting this thing in my mailbox every once in a while that clearly a previous tenant used to subscribe to, because now it says or current resident. Yeah. And it's the Keenager News. It's a publication of Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of Chicago. And they always have a little humor and nostalgia
it's a noisy
section.
Yeah,
is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They very loud printing.
They always have a humor and nostalgia section in the back. I had kept one. I had kept one that came around Christmas time, and I was going to use it because it had a whole bunch of stuff about different presents from different decades, or like best kids' toys from different decades. And I don't think we ended up getting around to it. But this one is wit and wisdom from some favorite TV comics.
Okay.
So I haven't read this at all. So this is a complete dry read, as you say.
A cold read.
Yeah, you called it a dry read earlier.
Well, those are...
You like it dry and cold. It's fine.
It's not the same thing. What I was talking about was not the same thing.
What's a dry read versus a cold read?
A dry read is just... I already know what the joke is, but I'm reading it without any extra thing added to it.
Without any extra panache.
Yeah. That's what I was calling a dry read. A cold read, we know, is reading it for the first time without, you're reading it to someone with no prep.
Well, I was dry reading the title of Humor and Nostalgia, but I'm going to cold read all the ingredients.
Gotcha. Were you dry reading the tattoo on your penis earlier as well?
Why is that?
What?
Why?
Half listening again?
No, why say that? I don't...
It's a dry... penis joke thing. I don't know, Matt.
Huh.
No lubrication.
I was stupid. All right. Wit and wisdom from some favorite TV comics. Milton Berle says, if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. I don't know if that's wit or wisdom.
I don't think that's either.
Okay.
Build a door, but they're saying so that the door can open for you?
I think it's because opportunity's not knocking, so you need to... Provided something to knock on, I guess. Yeah. So create your own opportunity or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's sort of like manifesting your own dreams or destiny. Where you
manifest destiny is something different. But yes, it seems like it should be a good thing. But if you look at history,
that's just sure,
yeah,
I'll do that.
Yeah, it's the only way to view it.
You can listen to history. You can listen to history.
Well, yeah, but you can't view it without looking at it.
That's
why I said it's the only way to view it. You can't view things with your ears, Sean. Silly bitch.
Well, okay, fine. Go ahead. Right. Keep going. Right. Go with the next one. No, I just know. I just know what battles to fight and which ones not to fight. So.
I mean, it wasn't a battle. It was just a fact. You can't look at things with your ears. You can't view history audibly.
Right.
That's all I was saying. I don't see why that's a battle.
Anyway, it's not because I said you could listen to history.
Yeah, but I already said
you said because you said you said take a look at history.
Yeah,
and I said, all right, I'll do that. And you said, oh, that's the only way you can.
Well, you said I'll do that visually.
I didn't
or something. Visually came up. No,
we won't.
Roll it back.
Oh, okay, so I get it. The basis of this is that you misheard me.
No.
And so your comeback was appropriate for what you heard, but not necessarily what was said.
No, I didn't mishear you. Goldie Hawn says, the beauty of getting older is the surprise of what else you can do to make the world a better place with the wisdom you have accrued over the years. There is no punctuation in that sentence.
I'm sure she's always doing that.
Yeah. That's the beauty of getting older.
I thought she was going to say the beauty of getting older is the lack of beauty.
Well, I mean, are you saying Goldie Hawn is an unattractive woman?
It's hard to tell. She has modified the way she looks so much. Who knows what she naturally would have looked like at this age?
Mm-hmm.
But now she looks like a plastic plump face.
It's not a real thing.
You made that up. Why not?
You made that up.
Yeah, so a plastic plump face. That's a way to describe someone that overdoes the plastic surgery a little bit.
It's a technical term.
You go and you go into your plastic surgeon. You ask for that procedure.
Plastic plump face?
Give me the plastic plump face. No, not that one. I'll take a 6. I'll take a size 6 plastic.
I was going to say
it's like
it's like when you go into a barber and they have the book and you just start pointing out what you want it to look like, and it never turns out that way. I don't even know if they have those anymore. Like the picture on the wall you can point at.
There is a place. I'm trying to remember where it was. I think it was some barbershop in St. Louis Park, maybe. Or was it? I think it might have been Minneapolis, actually. But they had that.
They still had the old school
images on the wall with numbers next to them. You could say, "Give me the number 4" or whatever.
Were they like still super like dated photos, like the really old ones from back in the day?
Every single picture was the plastic plump face.
But were they really like? Was it like 80s and 90s hairstyles, or were they like updated hairstyles?
No, they were. They seemed updated.
Okay. That's weird that's still a thing. Carol Burnett says, before you go to bed, write down 3 gratefuls for the day and 3 did wells. They can even include something as simple as doing the laundry. The results are amazing.
Are they?
I don't know. The results depend on each person.
So it's 3 things you're grateful for and 3 things you think you did well on?
Yeah, for each day. I mean, I get I kind of like the concept of it. Just to like, even if it seems like it's the most mundane day in the world, like, nothing really happened. But if you just think about your day, okay, these 3 things kind of were cool. And these things I did, I did the dishes today. I swept the floors or whatever, something stupid and simple.
Yeah.
That's not a bad one.
It does. You might think you didn't get anything accomplished during the day.
Right.
And then even though some of the things you did are sort of second nature, mundane, you don't pay any attention to it. Yeah, you still did them. You could have not done them. Like right now, I before this day is done, I better do some laundry so I can write that on my list of things I did well, because I have my floor.
Depends on how well you do laundry. If you do a bad job at it,
like I put everything. I just put everything in the dryer first, and then I wash it.
And then you wash it, or you just throw it all in the washer, but with no detergent. So you just get everything wet, but it just floats around in dirty water, and then
that still helps a little bit. It still helps a little bit.
But it depends, because if there's something that's more dirty than something else, it just makes the other thing more dirty.
That doesn't happen to me.
Everything's equally dirty.
All my clothes are equally dirty.
Huh.
I wear them all the same. I don't wear any clothes differently than others, so they get equal amounts of dirt.
I don't believe that. I think you didn't do that well. I don't think you wore your clothes well today, Sean, if that's the way you're doing it.
I can't put that on my list? Wait a minute. So you're saying, so how do you say that? With just applying to today, I wore just these clothes. I didn't wear like all my clothes today, so I wore these clothes just fine, I think.
But if you wear all your clothes the same, then that means you wear your underwear the same way you wear your shirts and your socks.
I wear them all day.
You wear your pants the same way you wear your shirt. Yeah, but there's certain things that touch different parts of your body in different ways.
Yeah, but I'm not. So saying you wear your clothes the same way, that doesn't mean that you wear them all in the same parts of the body. Like the shirt is also on the pants area, and because you can't, that's impossible.
Well, are you a person who do your feet sweat a lot?
I don't think they do.
Okay. Well, some people have sweaty feet issues, so their socks are going to be much dirtier than other parts. Maybe you had a nice sweaty crotch day. Have you had a nice sweaty crotch day lately? It's wonderful. So your underwear, I mean, I can guarantee you, I don't care who you are, your underwear are gonna be dirtier than like other things you wear, because it's that doesn't mean on your crotch all day. You're sitting in them.
It doesn't mean I wore them any differently.
I understand what you're meaning when you say that now. Just being a fucking such a fucking guy about everything. You're such a guy about things. Okay. You're such a Sean. It's such a Sean thing to do.
I guess so.
You're just
be right.
You're such a guy. I mean, it's being, you know what? It's being right in such a smarmy fucking way.
It's not often that someone says that about me. You're such a guy.
You're just such a guy. You want to know what Jerry Lewis has to say?
Who doesn't?
Or had to say? He's dead.
Oh, too soon.
Yeah, he was so young. It'll keep you alive for another 10 years if you get yourself a laugh once a day. Well, you can't. This doesn't make sense. He's dead.
There's no way to quantify. There's no way to quantify that.
Either provoke it or look around in the wildest laboratory of all, the public.
Well, there's nothing to say that he would have died 10 years earlier had he not laughed every day. We don't know.
Well, yeah, but it'll keep you alive for another 10 years if you get yourself to laugh once a day. So if you laugh once a day, it should continuously push that date back.
Now, that's not what he meant. It's not like the 10 days starts off at every day
10 years.
that you laugh. Or 10 years. That's not what he means. But he's just saying if you never laugh, you're going to live about 10 years less than people that do laugh.
Yeah, you can't quantify this, though, at all.
You can't. No.
There's nothing. I mean, even if you did a sample test of two different people, one that you had laugh every day and one that didn't laugh every day, their genetic makeup can determine so much more about when they're actually going to die.
Oh yeah, or freak accident, your environment.
Yeah. Well,
Jerry
even
Lewis,
if it was a completely like sterilized lab situation of these two people are just in a room for their entire lives. One's allowed to laugh. One's not.
Who's going to laugh in that environment?
I mean, it's a test. It's a test thing. They grew up that way. They don't know any better. That's all they know is those rooms.
That's true.
That's what they think life is.
Jerry Lewis, he didn't consider all the factors when he was making this statement.
No.
So I don't know. It's one of those things you can't really prove or disprove. So he's technically right and wrong at the same time. He's Schrodinger's.
I was about to say
it's Schrodinger's
statement.
Yeah.
Schrodinger. Gotta love it. Eddie Murphy says, anything you have to acquire a taste for is not meant to be eaten. Banana tailpipe.
What? Say it again. I wasn't listening.
I said banana in a tailpipe. Oh, you mean
the whole thing again? Thing.
Okay. Anything you have to acquire a taste for is not meant to be eaten. I mean, maybe not by you. I mean,
there are a lot of things that some would argue, even though you could enjoy them immediately, shouldn't be eaten.
Yeah.
Like some people are against the eating of animals.
Yes, I mean animals.
Yes, that's what you meant.
I meant animals. I said animals.
Yeah, you said animal flesh.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of when you think of flesh? I always think of just your actual skin.
Yeah.
But people aren't mostly eating that. They're eating muscle underneath.
The muscle and the fat. But yeah, when you think of human flesh, you think of I think of skin. It just seems like a skin thing to me.
Right.
And certain things can acquire the taste of human flesh.
We've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. And boy, does it fold my clothes well.
Something that it did well today.
Every day. I bet you that's a staple thing on its list.
Right. Sean, one of your favorites and one of my deepest, darkest enemies at this point because of this podcast. Dick Van Dyke has to say,
yes,
anyone who doesn't sing and dance at every opportunity is missing out on the joy of life.
Then declare me missing out on the joy of life because
you are not a big singer or dancer.
No. I sing and dance small.
Right. You sing and I've seen you dance more than I've heard you sing.
Yeah.
I can't say I've honestly ever heard you. Well, no, I have heard you. I've kind of heard you sing.
Oh, yeah?
Mostly just that the cover of that Josh was doing of Queen that you did a little bit of singing on.
Definitely did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
When did you hear that?
I think he sent it to me a while ago.
Oh,
I think it's on the Google Drive. He linked us, or at least he shared it with me. He shared me a folder of a bunch of songs and stuff.
Oh, I was going to say I don't think I ever heard it.
I'll share it with you.
I only heard it some of it when we were doing it that day when like Mike was there and I was there and Sean was there. and we were doing some
a different Sean. Sean's not referring to himself in the third person, by the way.
No, there's another Sean. But yeah, so I guess you survived hearing that. So
yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't deadly sound.
That's good.
Yeah, but I've seen you.
You didn't worry.
But I don't think I've ever seen you like seriously
sing and dance.
Well, I never heard you sing and dance at the same time. But I've never seen you just like seriously dance. It's always just kind of goofy dancing.
Well, because I don't have, I can't.
What opportunities? Well, it's what opportunities do you have where you're like, or not necessarily opportunities. What situations are you in where you're like, I need to dance well right now?
Yeah, I don't know. None. You know,
slow dancing at a wedding, but that's not really dancing. That's just spinning in a circle.
That's what I can slow dance. There was one time I went square dancing. Wait, no.
Did you have to do like line dancing in like gym class or something?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And I've been to weddings where they do like the electric slide and all that crap, or the Cupid shuffle or whatever those dances are.
And you've participated?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are more so following directions though.
No, yes. Yeah. But so is square dancing. And it took me a second to get that down because there's a certain point where you're sort of have you ever square danced?
Yeah, I had to do it in like school once or something. I don't know why. Yeah, there's like a gym day.
I don't either, but there's some part where you're sort of you're swapping around all these different people, and then you're supposed to end up paired up with a certain person in the group. And I was always ending up like next to the wrong person. I never timed it right or whatever. It wasn't until like the third or fourth to last go around where I finally got the pattern
figured
down.
It out. And by that time, it's like, all right, well, we're done with this. And you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it was like
just
that.
Figured it out.
I got it through. I got through it about 3 or 4 times correctly, and then it was over. Yeah, that's. I'd say
the only other thing would be lip syncs when we did our lip sync shows, but that was it's dancing adjacent.
So, well, yeah. First of all, the moves we came up with weren't like actual dance moves, but it's choreographed. So I can probably learn steps and things, but as far as just being able to head out and just dance, I don't have it. I have 2 left feet, as they say.
It's not for everybody. Some people just don't have the coordination for it, and that's that is what it is.
Yeah.
So no good, Dick Van Dyke. It's not for everybody. Not everybody can enjoy life the way you do, sir, or did.
He probably, but no, he's alive. And,
is he still alive?
Oh yeah, he's still alive. And I was gonna say he must laugh multiple times a day, considering how old he is.
Yeah, what's he now? 90 everything.
I think
that's not an age.
He's 90 and then a bunch 90 of zeros. All. Yeah. 90 select all. I want to I don't know exactly.
9 with an infinity symbol after it.
It's and then in between that there's a colon that blinks. It's like a clock. Anyway.
That's never counting down.
No.
Or Ruth Buzzy.
Oh yeah, Ruthie. Ruth Buzzy. I remember.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Them.
Ruth Buzzy. Yeah. Life has all sorts of hills and valleys, and sometimes you don't end up doing what you had your heart set on. But sometimes that's even better. What's my heart set on? My spine? Like, where is it? It's setting on something. Is that my rib cage? It's not. No, your heart's just kind of. It's not. It's just kind of hanging there. It's not sitting on anything.
So then I shouldn't set my heart on anything because I'll probably die quickly. Like if my heart is in the position where I can all of a sudden maneuver it and place it somewhere.
Yeah, it's no longer in your body.
I'm in big trouble. So
I think I think if your heart's in a position where it can be set on something, it won't be you setting it on anything because you won't have the ability to.
Right. Yeah. So I've always thought that was a curious term. I thought, you know what? When someone says they've got their heart set on something, I'm like, this must have been their last words.
Right.
So I never aimed to just have my heart set on anything once I realized that. As a lad, Matt, I was a lad when I realized this. A lad.
And what are you now?
Yeah. Now I'm a guy. I'm such a guy.
Such a guy.
Such a guy, right? I'm such a guy now. So
I've gone past lad. I am now guy.
But Dick Van Dyke is 97 years old. He was born in 1925. So he is.
Oh boy.
He's approaching the big old hundo.
He's getting up there. He's getting up there in years.
He's getting on in years, as they say. He's beyond guy. He's not even a guy anymore.
Yeah, he's a fella now.
He's a treasure.
Old. He's an
icon.
Oh, he is.
People use the image of him to represent something digitally.
Yeah, that you can click on.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Flip Wilson says you can't expect to hit the jackpot if you don't put a few nickels in the machine.
Well, yeah, they're saying you can't play for free. Great words, great wise words.
Well, I mean, it's not much different. Flip. It's not much different than the Gretzky quote of "You miss every shot you don't take." So
no,
it's not.
So he's saying you can't expect to win. No, he's saying you can't expect to win without putting some nickels in the machine.
Yeah,
but you can't play at all without putting nickels in the machine. Let alone win. You can't even lose if you don't put the nickels in the machine.
Right.
So missing all the shots you don't take, that's different.
Okay.
Flip. Good old Flip. What a treasure.
Red Skelton.
Oh, what a treasure.
I believe each of us is put here for a purpose, to build and not to destroy. If you can make people smile, if I can make people smile, then I have served my purpose for God.
Okay.
So his purpose for God is to just merely make people smile and nothing more.
Someone could say, if you are someone that has an emotional wall built up, right? And then if you get that person to laugh, they sort of relax and sort of those walls sort of become destroyed. Yes.
Yeah.
You're kind of destroying those protective walls this person has set up.
Yeah.
So
then you can break in, steal everything.
Yeah. The alarm system's off.
The guard is down, as they say.
Yeah. He's sleeping at his post.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You could go in, you could take their TV, you could take the VCR. You could take the Dirt Devil.
I don't know if I could take. Okay, I'm going to say this: if I was breaking into a house right now,
sure,
and they had a VCR, I'm not stealing it.
Look, anything's up for grabs.
In fact, I'm probably not stealing anything from that house at that point. I'm just like, nah, this isn't the right house.
No. Look, the Speak and Spell is out for anyone to take. The chart with all of the possible haircuts you could get is there.
Ruxpin.
The yes, the original Teddy Ruxpin.
The Connect 4.
The Castle Grayskull toy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all that stuff is there. The fax machine, the overhead projector.
Oh boy.
The Model T.
Oh, well, that's worth stealing.
Well, depending on rough shape. It's not in good shape.
Okay.
I mean, that's
actually probably worth a lot.
Yeah. But it's old, man. We're talking about old stuff.
Oh, yeah. Some old stuff is worth a lot of money.
Gotcha. I mean, the
priceless collection of Beanie Babies.
The first appearance of Superman.
The first edition.
Yeah, what do they call it? The first printing of a book, where it's like a Tale of Two Cities, a signed copy. Every page is signed.
Weird.
The author signed every page.
Right over the words too. It's really hard to read.
I wasn't done reading it yet. I wanted to finish it before he came to the signing, but I couldn't in time. So I'm like, oh, God, I hope he signs on the margin. I was trying to read it
really fast while he was signing each page.
Yeah. Well, slow down. You don't want to be messy with your signature. I mean, I have time. I'm here all day. Sure, you are too. Everyone else can wait. They're patient. Your fans are patient.
Yeah.
Author of that book.
Yeah. Who wrote it?
What a treasure. What a treasure.
97.
It was Wilford Brimley, right?
No. He was the star of Cocoon.
Okay, good. Cocoon, that's sitting out on VHS.
Oh,
take it. Cocoon.
Yeah.
Directed
by
Peter Weir.
No, Ron Howard.
Oh, Ron.
Yeah.
From the
Happy Days.
Andy Griffith Show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Opie. And then later Richie Cunningham.
And then later Ron Howard.
Oh, always Ron Howard.
Wasn't he in that thing that George Lucas directed with about cars or something?
Yeah. Can't think of
Driving
the title now.
Daisy.
No, it was not Driving Miss Daisy.
Cars 2.
No, I can't think of the movie off the top of my head now. And I was just watching
either
thing. I just watched something that mentioned it not that long ago too, and I'm
Days of Thunder.
No, that was Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman.
Hot Rod.
No, that was Andy Samberg.
Talladega Nights.
No, that was
the what's his something Bobby story, whatever that. I forget the name.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. Wasn't that one? Okay,
that was a movie.
Was it the one starring Heath Ledger? Or not Heath Ledger.
Was it a movie starring somebody completely different?
Chris Hemsworth. What's that Chris Hemsworth racing movie?
Rush.
Was it Rush?
It was not Rush. It's a good movie though. I like that movie.
Was it Ford versus Ferrari?
Nope. I'm literally looking it up because it's bothering me now.
What else wasn't it?
Yeah. What else? Many movies was it not?
I can't think of other car movies. Was it the first Fast and Furious?
No. Jesus Christ.
Was it?
Oh, what the fuck? It's not even like listed. Okay, here as actor.
Snow Dogs?
Nope. American Graffiti. God damn it. All right.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. I knew that.
Oh, I was way off. I almost said
that was not on my did well list. I was way off so many times.
I mean, every time, yeah. So Lucille Ball,
Days of Thunder, I was close, I think.
No.
I was close with that one.
No, I don't think American Graffiti, I don't believe, is actually about like racing.
But there's a car on the
cars.
front.
There's cars in it. Yeah, there's cars in a lot of movies.
Okay, was it Dazed and Confused?
I mean, a lot of apocalyptic movies have cars in them. People are just driving around all the time.
Oh yeah, was it Mad Max?
No. Okay. Lucille Ball says,
"Oh great, I want to hear what she says."
One of the things I learned the hard way is that it does not pay to get discouraged. Keeping busy and making optimism a way of life can restore your faith in yourself."
I got nothing. I agree to that.
All right, then we'll just move on. Jimmy Durante said, Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy, and you will be happy too."
That's not enough.
Why? You got to make more people happy?
See, if you're in the entertainment business, you are not satisfied if you only make one person happy.
Well, if you want to be successful in the entertainment business, if you're just starting out and you make one person happy, that might be all it needs,
If you're at the level where they're quoting you in this article,
right,
you are not satisfied by making just one person happy. In fact, you get angry with people that aren't made happy by you.
No, you're making just one someone happy. So I'm assuming
they can't be a nobody.
They got to be a
right
big deal. Yeah.
Anybody who's anybody is going to be happy.
If you're making a decent public figure happy, that's good for business for you, because then they're going to be like, all right, we want to keep this guy around.
A-list. Cha-cha. Exactly. Yeah, you're only going for those A-listers approval.
Right. Oh, Sean, one of your favorites. This is the last one.
Oh, God.
One of your favorites, Bob Newhart.
Hey, I like him.
Yeah. I think that what comes through in Chicago humor is the affection. Even though you're poking fun at someone or something, there's still an affection for it.
I mean,
they put that one in literally because it says Chicago. It's the only reason to put that quote in here.
Yeah. That's one of those things you have to take their word for it.
Yeah, that didn't go well at all. I just smashed my microphone to try to throw that piece of paper away.
You clobbered that thing. That was a clobbering.
I'm sure that was audible.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, I couldn't tell. There's going to be a weird spike in my audio. Well, I could tell I made the noise, but I don't know what it sounds like coming through them. Oh, on the recording.
It sounded distant.
Oh.
It didn't sound like you hit the mic directly, which is weird, but you could hear, it sounded like background noise, even though it shouldn't.
Weird.
You'll hear it.
Well, Sean, now that we got that out of the way, which, let's be honest, That was not as entertaining as I was hoping it was going to be.
Oh.
No, I mean, it itself, I think we did fine.
Okay.
Yeah. We gave it life. It itself wasn't as entertaining as I was hoping it would be. I thought
as long as I make
less wit and not much wisdom in that.
Well, look who they pulled from. Look who they got quotes from. Yeah, really, except for Dick Van Dyke.
So
but Bob Newhart's still around, isn't he? Bob Newhart's still around.
I thought he passed away recently. Oh my God, that's bad. I don't know, dude. Let's look him up now real quick.
Bob Newhart, he is age 93.
Okay.
He's still around.
There you go. Yep.
So we got two living members of this article so far. I don't know.
Wife died.
I mean, old Flip, who knows?
Sorry, just it was like such a non sequitur of just his wife died.
I know. You said it with the energy of someone with a fully charged battery. I'll tell you that much.
All right, Sean. Let's talk about more manipulation techniques.
Shall we?
Tactics.
Have we the time?
We have. Yeah, there's time.
Yeah.
We can burn through it. There's not a ton of them left. We can try to get this over with, or we can just get us through as many as we can and then just be done with it, no matter what.
So no matter what, no matter where we end up on this list, it's dead
maybe,
after this.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
Well, maybe we can just burn through them. All right.
Let's just start talking.
This is how we're going to manipulate people. Ready? If someone isn't being kind to you, tell them they have something in their teeth. They'll obsess about it, and you'll have the upper hand again.
Okay? I don't.
Let's just say you had the upper hand to begin with, and also, how does that give you the upper hand?
I don't know. Because someone could easily go into the bathroom and check their teeth and realize there's nothing there, and then they've regained the upper hand.
Yeah, now what that doesn't mean they're not gonna. That doesn't mean they're gonna stop. They're gonna suddenly be kind to you. If they're still not being kind to you,
I don't know that it's going to make them turn around and be kind.
Right.
It's just going to
but it's
maybe
not gonna
cease
stop them from.
Oh yeah, that's what it will do. It will stop them from being mean because they will. Well, all you have to do is let them know that they have something in their teeth, and then cut off access to any mirrors.
They're going to say, and then cut off like a part of their body.
Cut off their tooth.
Cut off their fingers so they can't get anything out of their teeth.
Yeah, and then their tongue too, because that's used sometimes.
Yeah,
that's also used to be mean. The tongue.
And cut them off from everything in the outside world that might help them, like a dentist.
Yeah,
basically put them in a basement.
Bury them.
Yeah.
Bury them alive.
Find some sort of tiny basement that you can put them in.
I know when that's open.
Hey. Sean
knows
no one down there. Basement. All right. Nod your head slightly up and down when you want someone to agree with you. Works like a charm. Sean's got a small penis. Oh, he's nodding his head. He agrees.
Wait, who does?
Flip? Moving on. If you act really excited every time you see someone, they will eventually start to get really excited every time they see you without realizing why.
So is your goal, because the excitement is not for seeing you, it's for that person, it's the excitement of seeing someone that's excited to see them.
Yeah, but they don't know why.
So?
Yeah.
If the idea or the hope is to have it so that someone is excited to, they act excited to see you.
Right.
What this will do, yes, this person will now...
Excitement.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're actually excited of the thought of seeing someone that is excited to see them. So the excitement is not actually for you.
Yeah, it's not
for
genuine
what
excitement.
they will get from you. It's what they will get from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Yes.
Yes. He agrees with me.
I do agree with you. It's manufactured excitement. It's not going to be, even if they don't realize why they're doing it. That's kind of the thing, though. If they don't realize why they're excited to see you, then they're not really excited to see you.
Right. Right.
You know, if they're just like, oh, for some reason, every time I see this person, it's just like, it just becomes like,
I'm startled.
No,
that was more.
It's like it's like teaching an animal to do a certain thing because it'll get a reward for it. It's not doing the thing because it wants to do it. It's doing the thing because it's getting a reward out of it. You know,
people suck.
Yeah, people are manipulative.
Let's
learn more. When working on a group project, if you want someone else to do something, say, "Can you start on this?" This makes it sound like less work, and they will be more willing to do it.
They might be willing to start it, and then they might, after a little bit, go, "Okay, now you finish this thing you were supposed to do."
But then I don't know, you probably some other
I'm so busy
after that of just like, "But you're doing such a great job."
Yeah, would you like a pen? You've got something in your teeth. Would you like a pen to help get it out?
That's a callback, the pen thing.
Yeah, it's another. Yeah. This is part of a series, Matt. This is a series of episodes.
No, I don't remember most of them.
I remember the offering the pen part. I think
was about it.
The
extent of what's
pretty much
your brain.
Yeah.
Offering someone even the smallest gift can significantly change their opinion of you. It's one of the easiest ways to get someone to like you.
Would you like this, Adam?
That's not genuinely somebody liking you. They're going to like you because you give them things.
That's a lot. That's just like the excitement for seeing someone that is excited to see you.
Right.
They're just, Would you like this water molecule?
It's called conditional love.
Would you like this electron?
I would like that electron.
Positive?
Nice. A good way to establish...
Good night, everybody.
A good way to establish trust is if you admit when you're wrong, especially on little things. That's not manipulation. That's just genuine good.
That's good nature. That's being a good person.
Jesus Christ. Hey, you know what really works to manipulate somebody into liking you? Be a good person.
Matt, I know this is small, but I might have been wrong about the electron being positively charged. It might be the proton.
Well, I appreciate
the proton.
I appreciate you being honest about that, Sean. I trust you.
You do. You trust me.
If you can... Oh, here you go, Sean. If you can't get your child to do something, give them the choice to do it themselves or offer to help them. Either way, the task gets done and you get them to do what you asked.
But then I have to do everything that they're supposed to do with them.
Exactly. It's so stupid.
Is that child going to help me do the things I have to do in addition to his or her chores?
Yeah. You going to help me pay the bills around the house?
Right.
You get to live in rent free, and all I ask is that you clean your damn room. You fuck.
This one, that's just setting yourself up to be trapped.
It's setting yourself up to be trapped, and it's not teaching the kid how to be independent in any way.
Right, because any time they are now then asked to do those same chores or whatever they are, they're like, well, let's do it together, like we always do. So you have to just give them no other option. Yes, at first it'll be hard to break the habit or break the cycle of what has been happening, but you just force the change, and then the person will adapt to the new way of doing things.
There you go.
Then that will become the norm. That's all.
Spoken by a true parent and a real guy.
It's a real guy. I'm all about the guy. I'm at guy level right now.
If you find yourself overthinking, stare at a fixed point. Eyes need to move to catch memories, so looking at a singular point makes it difficult to overthink. Eyes
need to move to catch memories?
Apparently.
I'm
thinking of memories right now. I'm staring at one spot.
I'm thinking that sounds very metaphorical.
I'm thinking of memories right now.
Yeah.
It's all
It sounds so metaphorical. Like you have to like put your eyes in the right direction to catch the memory that's falling over there, and you have to look over there to find the memory that's falling over there.
Well, there is a real thing of like when you're trying to remember something, sometimes you kind of like look up to one side. It's because I think it has something to do with like you're accessing that part of your brain to try to like remember something. So I don't know if you ever really pay attention to that when you're like, and you kind of like maybe look off to the right or off to the left.
Okay, sure. So I'm looking
something.
Okay.
I think
this is what we're claiming now.
That's what. Well, I mean, that's a real thing, but I'm not sure if that's what this is really trying to say. Of like, because you're looking like
no, but what you're saying though, accessing, it's like, oh, this memory is in this part of my brain. Let me look at that part of my brain.
Well,
that's so stupid.
It's nope, not. I don't know where certain memories are like stored in my brain, but that is a thing where you kind of like look up off to the side or whatever when you're trying to think of something. I don't think it's really like you're trying to look at your brain. I think it's just like a natural reaction of just like looking up off to the side and like, cause I don't know. I think it is a thing of like it says, like overthinking or whatever. You're just trying to focus on nothing so that you can process what's going on in your head. And,
well, that's not what you said, though. You said if you look up and you look to one side, you're accessing that side of your brain.
I think it
has try to pull memories.
I think it honestly has to do that. It's not necessarily that you're consciously choosing one side or the other. It's you just look off to one side or the other. Like your body just kind of does it naturally. Whichever side it looks to is probably the side of the brain that it's actually accessing. But you're not like consciously like, I'm going to access my right side of my brain. Huh? And like looking at
I don't think there's any connection to which direction you're looking, and which side of your brain.
That's something like that. And I'm very, very much so like Cliff's noting, not fully remembering it exact. I'm not sure which part of my brain to access to remember exactly what it is.
Well, so just look at both sides and you'll find it.
I can't look at both sides at the same time, so it'll take forever.
You're not a duck? According to Lucille Ball, this is how your brain works.
No. I don't remember what the quote was already, and it's back there somewhere. So I'm not going to
Well, look for it. I don't care if you have to look in 2 mirrors to see the back half of your brain. You will find this memory before the end of this episode.
Well, we'll see.
Look, go into a hall of mirrors, and you can remember everything you've ever experienced. Oh my God, it's amazing.
All at once. It is terrifying.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You feel like you're dying.
Yeah. It's like it's like when Charles Xavier goes into Cerebro and it just he gets it all.
It's too much.
It's overpowering. Yeah,
I know. He has to learn to focus, right? It's just too much information. He's got to learn to focus. That's what we have to do when we're in the Hall of Mirrors, Matt.
Yeah. What?
End of advice.
Instead of agonizing over why you can't sleep, use positive reinforcement instead. Think of things like, my bed is so comfortable. Sleeping is easy. I love sleeping. And you'll just drift off.
Yeah. Earning money is easy. Oh, I love it.
Oh, manifesting it.
Yeah.
Manifest your. It's like making, what is that? When you put a bunch of pictures on a board to like
vision board.
Vision board. Yeah. It's like vision boarding, but vocally vision boarding, or I guess you're just thinking of these things.
Yeah, triathlons are fun and simple, and I am skilled and trained for them.
Yeah, I'm very muscular and thin.
Yeah. I'm well endowed all the time.
Oh, I've never gotten a boner in public. I'll never get a boner in public.
What? One's supposed to try to motivate future events. You're trying to like deny the past. I've never punched a kid.
I'm gonna make my dad proud.
He'll see.
I didn't tip over that coffin at that funeral.
Just go up to him and say, I made you proud, Dad, and slowly nod.
Yeah.
And he'll agree with you.
He'll have no choice but to agree with me. He will be manipulated.
Yeah.
You've been manipulated and walk away.
Son, sucker. Then you slam the door closed.
Why you waited for his funeral to tell him that, I don't know. If you don't look a toddler in the eye after they've fallen or hurt themselves, there's a good chance they won't cry.
What if they're blind?
Well, you can't look them in the eye anyway then.
So they're saying that toddlers don't react to pain from the pain? Well, it's from someone looking at them because they're in pain?
I think it's probably more so referring to like even the smallest little falls. Sometimes toddlers will cry even though they're not really hurt. Just
they gotta narrow down. They got to narrow down the severity of these injuries, right?
Yeah.
If my toddler broke his arm, I'm pretty sure he would cry whether I looked at him or not.
Right.
I think
it fell down the stairs.
So they're saying like
if you're fallen or hurt themselves as like two separate things.
So what they're suggesting is your little tiny toddler, this is your very young child.
Yep.
Hurts themselves in some way, and you're supposed to turn your back and just ignore their suffering, and they will handle it great. They will love that.
Well, they won't suffer unless you look at them. They only start to suffer as you look them in the eye.
Gotcha. So
now, I've noticed. So to a less extreme set of circumstances with that, it can be partially true, because I've seen like a toddler fall in the like slightest way, and then they're like, oh, and they start crying like a little pussy ass baby because they tumbled slightly. But then I've also like been in situations where like a kid fell pretty hard, but then you're just like, whoa, ha, and then they're just like, yeah, and they like don't start crying because you just like, if you don't acknowledge like, well, you okay? Freak them out. I think it's part of that like freaking them out thing. That's why they start maybe to cry sometimes.
Well, so it's probably less just looking them in the eye, because I'm sure you looked that kid in the eye when you went, oh yay. It's more so
I looked at the protruding bone, actually. No,
in the eye,
right in the eye. It was protruding from their eye. It was a skull fragment.
Gotcha. That's a weird break. But it's more about like distracting them, and not having them focus on something else other than the fact that they just hurt themselves, or maybe because some of it could be out of embarrassment, like subconsciously. Like if they fall and you just all like stare at them, it might be more out of embarrassment that gets them to start crying. Then
could be
like a pain.
They should be.
I know. What an idiot.
What an idiot.
Well, only dummies fall.
Uncoordinated ass kids. If someone wants to pawn their work off on you, ask them to do something for you first that's related to the task. Most of the time, they'll leave and find someone else to do it. So it's like...
But pawning is like you intend to buy it back.
Right.
When you pawn something, you bring it to a pawn shop and you see how much they would give you for the item. You then use that money for whatever you need it for, but within a certain amount of time, you need to pay that money back plus extra.
Mm-hmm.
So how does this apply to work? How are you pawning off your work without buying it back?
I think in this sense, pawn has a slightly modified definition of...
So they're incorrectly using the word pawn.
I feel like there might be several definitions to pawn, depending on how it's being used. The English language is awesome.
Well,
like that.
I know. So there's like, to be a pawn is to sort of maybe that's more like what they mean, to be someone's pawn.
Yeah. You become their pawn by them giving you the work.
Sure.
But I like it's just like ask them to do something for you that's also related to what they're trying to make you do. Like, Uno reverse card, how about you do it? Oh, I never thought of it that way. I'll just get somebody else to do it instead. You saw through my you saw right through my web of lies, sir. Like,
I've been thwarted.
I've been thwarted again. All right, there's only a couple left. Let's do this.
We're going to finish.
Yeah. If someone is trying to make you decide in a hurry, they are probably giving you a bad deal. How is that a manipulation tactic? I don't know.
No, the way they should have worded that is to say, if you want someone to agree to a bad deal, make them decide quickly. That would be a manipulation tactic. This is a way for you to
avoid
recognize
manipulated.
Yeah. This is a way for you to recognize a tactic being used upon you.
Right. I guess it's kind of like for instance, when you worked for the shopping network and they're like, only so many left, when they're trying to get people to buy, like when you have an abundance of one thing.
Oh yeah.
So you're trying to get people to buy a bunch of it.
Yep.
Yeah. It's shitty sales tactics.
Yeah. And they would have them put up like either a quantity remaining counter or a number of items sold counter. And it was a pre-programmed like rate at which it went up or down. It was like not real time actual numbers.
It's awful. It's horrible.
It's manipulation.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you want to make someone feel uncomfortable, look at their forehead while you're talking to them. That's actually a tactic to make them believe you're giving them eye contact when you're talking to them. It's supposed to be a good thing.
Maybe they are uncomfortable with eye contact.
Yeah. But eye contact is supposed to be a tactic when you're talking to somebody. You make eye contact so that you show them you're listening. I guess it's different when if you're talking to them and you're constantly staring at them. That's maybe a little weird.
I don't think either. I don't know, because when you're having a conversation with someone, both people are supposed to make eye contact with each other. You're not making eye contact unless you're both looking at each other's eyes.
Right. Or touch
I could be
eyes.
I could be touch eye to eye.
Yeah.
Like eye on eye contact.
That's the most intimate way to have a conversation with somebody. If you want to
do true eye on eye contact, you have to take out your contacts.
Well, yeah, if you wear contacts.
Right, because otherwise it would be eye contact on eye contact.
Right.
And you don't want that. That's not true, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So back to the one where you're making someone make a decision quickly that might be a bad decision. You might have to do that, whatever that word was called, where you have to quickly swallow something in haste to make a decision or say something.
Yeah, what was that?
We're not going to remember.
No.
So let's not try.
All right. Well, last one.
That's it?
If something takes less than 3 minutes, just do it and you'll feel much better. Boom, you've been manipulated. What a stupid way to end this thing.
My significant other will never not have sex with me again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll feel
just
better.
Do it.
Who gives a shit what she feels?
Well, I'll feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell?
That's all I care about, right? Me feeling better.
I can delete. Oh, I accidentally hit download instead of delete. Now I have a copy of it on my computer.
Yes.
I got to delete it again. Oh, man. Show in folder.
That's your computer trying to manipulate you into thinking you need to.
I manipulated myself.
Yeah.
Well, that was your manipulation tactics?
It's everyone's manipulation tactics, Matt.
Yeah.
This belongs to everyone.
Yeah.
But now
for the world.
This is going to have like a twofold effect, I think. Everyone's going to be able to manipulate, but everyone's also not going to be able to manipulate at the same time because everyone's going to be wise to the tactics that everyone's trying to impart on someone else.
Right.
So it's like Schrodinger's manipulation.
Not really.
What do you mean? People are going to be both good and bad at manipulating at the same time because they'll be good at trying to do it, but it won't work on anyone because everyone will be good at recognizing what they're trying to do.
But you'll know they're both good and bad at the same time. So it's not Schrodinger's thing is all based on you don't know which is which. It could be this or that. This is this and that. So it's not the same.
So what is that called? Well, Schrodinger's deal is you don't know. So
what is Schrodinger's deal?
What's Schrodinger's deal? But you don't because you don't know, it is both at the same time.
Yes.
The cat is both dead and alive. So it works.
No, because you do know. So it can't be. So you do know that it is both. So it's not the same. If you don't know.
With Schrodinger's situation as well, you know that it's both because you don't know which one it is.
It can't be both. Schrodinger's deal. That's the whole thing. Is it can't be both, but you have to think it's both because you don't know. But it can't literally be both. The cat can't literally both be alive and dead.
That's what it is.
Sean. This is not something you did good today.
Oh no! I was just about to write. I was just writing it down. Oh,
sorry, pal.
Well, I guess I could say one of the things I did was record a mediocre podcast episode, and I did that well.
Yeah,
that's an accomplishment.
I mean, is it mediocre in your eyes, or do you feel that it's going to be mediocre in other people's eyes?
Well, yes.
Okay, that you said yes to two different questions.
I know, Matt. Yes, I know.
Anyway, podcast.
Because if I think it's mediocre, then I'm going to also think that others will think that it is mediocre.
Gotcha.
If I thought the episode was amazing, then I would not expect those listening to it to think it is just mediocre.
Right.
So, yes.
So you're basically preparing yourself for low reviews, but hoping for better. Are you hoping that we achieved better than that? So you're kind of setting the bar low so that people will come in and be like, you know what? It wasn't that mediocre. It was pretty good.
Well, we're not going to get reviews. We don't know. We never know what the consensus is with the listeners of whether or not our episodes are mediocre or amazing or terrible.
Right.
We don't know. So we have to assume it is all things at once.
Yeah. Well, this just petered out.
Were we going strong before that?
I don't know, Sean.
What? Was it because I started dropping some knowledge on you? You froze up. You didn't know how to handle the information coming in.
No, I could handle it. It just kind of was a downer.
Why?
Yeah.
Why was it a downer?
It made me sad.
So do you think it's going to make others sad?
I think everybody has shut this off already.
They probably have.
Yeah. We can pretty much say anything now.
I know. But we won't. Well, we can say some things. There's some things we still won't say, I'm sure.
Oh,
there's
plenty I won't say.
For the rare chance that someone is still listening.
Mm-hmm.
Nice cupboards.
What?
Nice cupboards. Yeah. What are you keeping them? Why'd you turn away from them? Look at my cupboards, you fuck. Matt turned his camera so I can no longer see his cupboards.
How dare you?
I've been seeing those. Violated. I've been seeing those cupboards for 138 episodes now. And why would you now turn them away?
You definitely haven't seen them for 138 episodes.
100, let's say.
Maybe.
I've also been to your place and I've touched those cupboards in person.
How dare you?
Yeah. It was consensual.
Did you get consent? No, I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt you asked if you could touch them.
I got consent.
I want it in writing.
It's in writing.
Where?
Check your cupboards.
You wrote in my cupboards?
They did.
I don't believe this.
Well, if you don't open the cupboards,
I'm going to check.
If you don't, though,
I open my cupboards daily.
But if you don't, the consent is both not there and there.
And I saw where you were going with this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a very Schrodinger forward episode.
Should we explain to the listeners what Schrodinger is? What that whole thing is?
I think you kind of did.
Our listeners. Oh, maybe I did. Not directly, but
about that in both not yes dead. So
both not yes dead.
If you can't glean what I said just now and figure it all out, that's on you, pal, or palette, whatever you go with. Pal is like before guy, I think.
But you could be pals with someone that's not a male.
I'm just saying, if referring to someone as a pal.
Gotcha.
Like you're past pal, you're guy.
So we're not pals anymore?
Being pals with somebody has nothing to do with calling someone a pal.
Oh,
like,
I
hey,
see.
pal, buddy, like that.
Like is a threatening, almost like a threatening way, a way to address somebody.
Yeah.
Like, hey, pal.
Doesn't have to be a threat.
The light's green, pal.
Yeah.
Why don't you signal, pal?
I mean, you can use pal in a positive way.
Your gas cap is off, pal.
Yeah, it's still very threatening.
Hey, your back left tire looks a little low, pal. You might want to put some air in that thing, pal.
Hey, here's $1, pal. I know times are tough, pal.
Hey, I got a spare room with an extra bed, pal.
Yeah.
Why don't you spend the night in my nice warm house, pal? The night.
Yeah.
You can have breakfast in the morning, but then you got to go, pal.
You can share my bed, pal.
Whoa. We're not guys yet.
Oh, no, you don't.
This is moving too fast. I'll sleep on your couch.
Leave it, pal.
Unbutton my pants, pal.
Yeah, the offer still stands, pal.
Yeah. What a threat. You better give me 50% off, pal. Here's a gift card for your next visit, pal. It's in the bag, pal.
Nice ass, pal.
Format it not in NTSC, but in PAL.
Great dick, pal.
Whoa, guy.
You're a great kisser, pal.
Great dick, pal. Now why don't you beat it, pal?
Oh.
Wait, what do you mean? Wait, guy, what do you mean? Guy.
Take it or leave it, pal.
Those are the two positions I know. Pal.
My wife would like you to join us, pal.
So angry.
Are you a top or a bottom, pal?
You better take it. She doesn't offer this much.
Clock's ticking, pal.
All right. See you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.
If you have a question, complaint, or threat for Sean or Matt, you can reach us on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at hsfamouspod, or you can email the show at highschoolfamous@gmail.com. No animals were pleasured during the making of this podcast, despite our best efforts. All hail our Lord and Savior.
The original Teddy Ruxpin.